What if the things you hate most about yourself are actually ancient superpowers designed to keep your ancestors alive? Tonight, when you beat yourself up for being too anxious, too scattered, or too slow to start, pause for a second. Your brain isn't broken. It's running software from a world that was trying to kill you every single day. Picture this. You're deep in the savannah. One wrong move and your lunch. Your ancestors who worried constantly, they spotted the lion in the tall grass before anyone else. The ones who got distracted by every rustle, they noticed the berry bush off the path or the approaching storm. The ones who put off big risks until the timing felt perfect, they survived long enough to pass on their genes. Your so-called flaws weren't bugs, they were features. Here's the wild part. What feels like a personal failing today was once the exact trait that gave your line the edge. Take procrastination. You know that voice saying, "I'll do it tomorrow"? For most of human history, rushing into an uncertain task could get you killed. Better to wait, observe, and strike when conditions were right. Your brain is still playing that game. But let's get specific with the science. Psychologist Roy Baumeister and his colleagues explored how humans are wired to prioritize avoiding bad outcomes over chasing good ones. In one classic demonstration, participants remembered negative events far more vividly and for much longer than positive ones. In another experiment, they showed that a single harsh criticism carried more emotional weight than 5 compliments. This negativity bias kept our ancestors hyper-alert to threats. It made them cautious, reflective, and alive. That same wiring is why you replay awkward conversations at 2 a.m. or hesitate before sending the email. Your brain thinks it's protecting you from saber-toothed tigers that no longer exist. Around the halfway mark, here's another hook that might change how you see yourself forever. What if the very traits making life feel hard right now are the same ones that made your ancestors the ones who survived, explored, and eventually thrived? Think about impulsivity. The quick-to-act types sometimes died young chasing danger, but others discovered new hunting grounds, new plants, new mates. Their restlessness pushed humanity forward. Today you call it being easily distracted or having shiny object syndrome. Your ancestors called it staying alive by noticing opportunities others missed. Overthinking? That was the strategist in the group who planned 3 moves ahead and kept the tribe from walking into an ambush. Social sensitivity? The person who could read the group's mood and prevent conflicts before they exploded. Even laziness was smart energy conservation. In a world where calories were scarce and injury meant death, resting when you could wasn't weakness, it was wisdom. So how do you actually use these ancient superpowers instead of fighting them? First, recognize the mismatch. Your brain is optimized for a dangerous, resource-scarce world, not endless notifications and comfortable couches. Second, create small modern versions of the old environments. For procrastination, set a threat timer. Give yourself a short observation period before acting, just like your ancestors would. For anxiety, turn the vigilance into preparation. Channel that worry into making a simple backup plan. The negativity bias that once saved lives can now help you spot real problems early if you direct it consciously. The restlessness that feels like a flaw? Schedule it as creative exploration time instead of fighting it with endless to-do lists. Here's the final hook before we land this. You aren't behind. You aren't defective. You're carrying tools that built humanity, just waiting for you to learn how to wield them in a new world. So next time you catch yourself spiraling, remember this. Your anxiety kept watch at night. Your procrastination kept you from rushing off cliffs. Your distractibility kept your ancestors curious and alive. These aren't flaws to fix. They're superpowers to understand, redirect, and occasionally laugh at. Because in the end, what if the biggest flaw you see in the mirror is actually the exact reason you're still here, still trying, still capable of incredible things? Your ancient wiring didn't just survive, it won. And with a little awareness, It can help you win today too, maybe even with a smile at how perfectly imperfect this whole human thing really is.